Great question. So, digital door knocking is the effort started by Antonia of the page Black Girl That Reads over on Threads. And she just started doing this. It wasn't like a campaign, it just kind of happened organically. And it was very effective for a number of reasons. There's even like a secondary effect that I don't think she even realized was going to happen. So she started doing that, and someone else called it digital door knocking, and that's what it is. So on top of doing in-person door knocking, she also is very active digitally, but knows that it's beyond just that. So what happened when you're over on Threads? If you're from Houston or Dallas or anywhere in Texas, Threads will push all these posts to you about people who just moved to Houston who either love it or don't like it. It's like a very common thing. So it'll be like, I've been in Houston for 2 months and I hate it. The roads here suck or something or other. Or they'll say, I've been here for a year. I absolutely love it. To each of those posts, Antonia responds, hey, welcome to Houston. If they love it, she leans into that. If they don't like it, she leans into whatever their issue is and ties it back to voting or the election. Oh, those roads, they definitely suck. Did you know that we have an election coming up and roads are essentially under the purview of this person or that person who's on your ballot? She'll do that. So she caters her response to each person. It's not just this kind of generic spammy kind of post, and I'll get into why those are ineffective in a second. She caters her response to each person. And it's not blame or shame. And she does not assume. She asks questions. Oh, are you signed up to vote in Texas? Because some actually may be, but she asks it as a question. She also does not push a party. It's more so getting folks signed up to vote who are transplants. That's a gap that we have, at least in Houston. So she'll do that. And she'll link to information about how to sign up. And also note that there's not an online system, that it's a little bit more complicated here, and give the deadline of October 5th. Her goal with this is definitely to get these people acclimated to our voting system, but she also does not overwhelm with information. So you will not see her list out the entire Democratic slate, give every single date for voting. She does not do that. So she's not spamming. Right now, there's an effort to kind of emulate what she's doing over on Threads, and people are spamming. So I get comments every day where people putting in my comments the entire Democratic slate and all their tags, which I get the sentiment. But if you're putting that on my post, somebody who's very engaged, who talks about these issues at a very high level, very in the weeds kind of thing like that, it's not really effective strategy, and these apps are going to read it as spamming. So what I would always say is make sure that what you're saying is curated to them. It's not blame or shame. It is not information overload. It's giving people things they can take as some action steps. The secondary effect is that it has made other people excited who started asking people in their own communities about signing up to vote, about going out to vote. And I saw one girl who was like, listen, I don't really vote very often. Please don't shame me for that. But after seeing Black Girl That Reads on my page, I'm making a plan to go vote in November. That was not her initial goal, but this is a person who's been in Houston for some time or been in Texas and decided to vote based off of that. So she's been just very much a bright light on the feed on Threads with her efforts to digital block walk or digital door knocking. So again, I think a lot of people like this idea, but they want to do it in a spammy kind of quick way. And that's just not the way to do it and be effective. It has to be curated to those people and what they're saying and things like that. People are going to ignore spam. And me, somebody who talks about politics on my feed every single day, all day, for the most part, if you're annoying me, if I'm irritated with the spammy comments, I can't imagine somebody who is an apathetic voter, not super engaged or not interested, if they're getting spammed with comments like that as well. So I'd be mindful of that too. In these platforms, they don't care what you're saying. If you are saying the exact same thing over and over and over and over and over again, you're going to end up getting caught in the spam filters. So all of you that just like post vote with the blue heart, yeah, you guys get caught in my spam filters. Not because of me, but the app see you as spam. So being mindful. So make sure that your message is curated to what the person is saying. If you come across a content creator who does political content like myself, it's not necessarily helpful to put in the comments that kind of information. If you're saying, well, I put it for the other people, not so much for you, I put it for the commenters, there's a lot more effective ways that you can comment and engage and expand on what's happening in the video and things like that. So I think we're going to try to do a training on this. I don't know. It could just be a TikTok live about it. But I do think there's some value in other people learning the best ways to engage online. It's just regular folks who want to get to use the online community to help encourage people to vote, to register, and all those different things.